Yeah, I just started the recording as well. So I was talking about yesterday we have, let me open that scenario one more time. So yesterday we have taken one application. We have done the containerizer orchestration by using of Docker. We push it into container registry by using of Docker commands. From there, by using of Kubernetes engine, we have successfully deployed the application. So in the last of the class, sorry, last of the practical, we have successfully hosted the application by using of cloud load balancing here. Of course, in this case, we are using, one second guys, Shankar is calling to me, one second. Yes, sorry. So we have played yesterday lab with the 4 nodes as well, along with pods and all those stuff. So today we have to start one more lab with GKE. So let's open my lab. Yeah. So today what we can do, so we can take similar kind of application. We can take one more new application. It's kind of a hello world program here. So here the main context of here is the rolling updates basically. So let me explain you what is the rolling update first. So once we explain about the rolling updates, then we can switch to our requirement here. So the main topic is rolling updates in the GKE. So rolling update in the sense, so I have one scenario basically. So I have one application which is having 1.0, means application team is successfully developed in the by this application by developers in the context of 1.0 version. So as an engineer, I need to deploy, of course, any application we should deploy. Here we are using GKE infrastructure. So by creating a cluster here, we have successfully 1.0 application is successfully deployed. Once 1.0 is deployed, after some days, again, development team has made 2.0 version. Maybe they did some kind of enhancement work. Maybe some new features are available in that particular application. So developer team made 2.0 with enhancements. Then again, we have to deploy our application into same GKE cluster. But once I deployed 2.0 version into my GKE cluster, there was some performance issue. Maybe because of lack of code issue, lack of bad code, or lack of maybe the new enhancement due to different reasons. 2.0 version is not working as expected. Once I deployed, 2.0 version is not working. So stakeholders has given the stakeholders are given the feedback like, the performance is very poor, so please switch to 1.0 because I need to fix the 2.0 issues, then I can later on I can do deploy one more time, but as of now please switch to 1.0. So this is calling as a rolling update, basically means if due to some circumstances, due to some kind of a worst performance, maybe stakeholders will come up to you and ask to you that please roll back to my previous version because this 2.0 version is not at all working as expected. Customer is facing a lot of issues, performance issues, slowness, whatever. So how we can switch to 1.0 again? Then once it's fixed to 2.0 issues, how I can simply switch to 2.0 at runtime. So how we can make it today, we can try to do this kind of a lab today. So if you come to my requirement, the similar kind of a thing here. So whatever I explained to in the whiteboard. So this is my cluster. This is my service. Service is nothing but application. So first I have deployed, I about to deploy hello app version 1.0. So once application developer team had made the second image, then I have successfully deployed. I about to deploy version 2.0. Then once the feedback from the stakeholders, again I have to roll back to version 1.0. So very simple and straightforward scenario. Nothing but there are two versions, A and B. Just assume like that. First, I would be deployed. We would be deployed into A version. Then, if it is not, then again I would like to deploy my B version. If B version is not successfully as expected, then I need to switch back to A version. Okay. So let's start the lab session here. So let me log in into my GCP console. So the technical term we are calling as a rolling updates. Okay. Sometimes you have to do rolling update performance in your projects basically. So just navigate to your Kubernetes engine. So under the cluster, just go to create my cluster like yesterday we have done, right? So let me check my first cluster because yesterday one I have deleted. So let me take my simple cluster here. So my first cluster is about to create. It will take some time. Because cluster will take obviously some time. So you have to bear with me. From tomorrow onwards, better I would like to create cluster before starting the class. Okay. Since this is a second class, I would like to show one more time. So that is why I'm just creating here because it will kill around 3 to 4 minutes time. From tomorrow onwards, I will create it before itself, before initiating the class. Yeah, my net also good actually. It's almost close to 90 Mbps. So yeah, it's created now. So let me refresh it. So my cluster is created successfully here. So just click on here. So as I did yesterday, similarly, I'm going the same. So once my cluster is created, I'm just trying to click on connect here. So this is the command line access in order to use our kubectl commands, right? So if I want to use kubectl commands, especially in the context of GKE, because kubectl commands will only use in GKE only, because kubectl commands are dedicated commands for GKE, basically means Google Kubernetes engine. So that is why I would like to activate this cloud shell where I able to access my kubectl commands here. So don't be forget, this cloud shell command is different, this command is different. Okay, just click on run in cloud shell. So once you click on here, you might see one terminal where we can use our kubectl commands as a part of our today's practical. So once you click on this thing, just try to hit enter button. So it will do authorize. It will take my username, my subscription username and password. Then it will log in into my kube config. If you see here, kube config entry generated for my cluster along with my auth date. Means once I validate it, then only it will allow to me into my kube config, because kube config is the entry where I can use it the kubectl commands basically in my cluster. So once I log in into there, from here, this is our regular work now. I need to clone one particular project. So because today I'm not at all using any kind of a Docker image. Today I'm going with some other scenario like that. So I have one more application and just cloning one project. I have one project. So just I am cloning my project. This process you know very well because we have done a lot of practicals. Git space, clone space, your URL. So once I done, I need to switch my today 24, right? Yeah, 24 means this one. Okay. Otherwise, that's fine. CD, I need to switch to my application directory. So here, this is my application directory. I have a lot of projects. So here, I would like to go my hello app basically today. So I need to switch my hello app. So just I switch into my hello app. Oh, sorry. Hello iPhone app. Let me copy it. It's playing with me. Yeah. So let me clear my screen first. Then I do LL. If you see here, Once I switch it into my application folder after cloning of my particular project, then here we have some kind of a project files basically. So in the project file, you might see YAML file because rest of the things are all written by our developers only. So as a cloud engineer, my main point is I have to check the YAML file. Then by using of YAML file, we have to deploy our application. So before that, log in into my manifesto files, because if you see here we have a lot of manifesto files. When you have to deploy any kind of application like this way, so we have to play, because GK is having YAML file along with the load balancer and static IPCs basically, right? Because GK cluster, what is the architecture of GK cluster? We have around like master working nodes pods along with VPC networks, everything it will create it. But without GKE, when you're working with app engines and cloud functions, network we have created, VPC has been mapped by manual and everything. But here, everything we have to provisioning by YAML file for IP addresses and application deployments as well. The similar here, so don't bother about that. This static IP YAML file and this kind of a load balancer YAML file will provided by network engineering team. When you're playing with live, so you have to take care of only application YAML file. The rest of the YAML files, they will give it to you, because we don't know about networking, how we can get the YAML and all those stuff, right? So networking team will provide you when you're creating cluster, when you're deploying any kind of application, load balancer and static IP kind of a information. Network engineering team means Google network engineering team will provide you the YAML file. They will prepare and they will give it to you. So once they give it to you, you just do copy under your project only, along with your application YAML file here. So these all are calling as we are manifesto files basically. A set of YAML files we are calling as a manifesto files. Manifesto files means nothing but a configuration files, because here we have our application YAML file. Here we have a static YAML file, we have a load balancer YAML file, and we have a service YAML file as well. So we have to only take care about this YAML file only, and the rest, the respective teams will give it to you. When you are going to deployment, they will give it to you, they will share with you, then via ticket, then you can just download the YAML file and just copy paste into your project directory here. So now let's go one to one how we can initiating our deployment here. So the first thing is my role is I would like to create the initial deployment using the hello web deploy.yaml file. That is nothing but this YAML file. Okay. So for this, the first command is, let me clear my screen. So the first command is kubectl command. I would like to use it today. Yesterday I have done manual deployments, right? I went to under workflows. I have clicked on deploy. Yesterday I did by using console, right? So today I will show it to you how we can use the kubectl commands. Hardly 3-4 commands only. Yesterday I chose 3-4 commands. As I promised you, totally kubectl commands are 10 commands. If you are good with these 10 commands, you can play with any application across in your live. I mean, in future you might have projects, right? Across anywhere, you might see almost 8 to 10 commands only. So the first deployment command here is kubectl space apply space -f means forcefully, and my YAML file. What is my YAML file? Hello web deployment. Yeah, before that, I would like to explain what the content available inside the my YAML file. Okay, I forgot it. Let me explain you what the content is available inside my YAML file. Of course, we saw it in different kind of practicals, but still this also I can explain you. So let me, otherwise I do one thing. I will copy in my local, I can open in my notepad for better visibility. So this is my hello app manifesto file and deployment file. I will give the link as well. This is the internet only. It's not at all written by me. So this is the internet only. This forget about is all. This only hash. Hash means this kind of a description only. Till here, you don't need to bother about that. So, but from here, the first thing is the API version, my application version. Since this is the version one, they have mentioned the tag like version one, and kind means what you have to do deployment. Metadata, of course, metadata nothing but a description of your application. This is they have given like a hello web like that, and label also they have given like hello only. The specifications are so like similar. This is the one tier means application. We have a one tier, two tier, three tier applications, right? So we have to mention like web application means HTTP application basically. We have a different application types, right? We have a TLS application and a protocol based applications. HTTP is the hypertext transfer protocol kind of a web application where they can host it in the over the internet here. So they have mentioned type is a web and template the same they have repeating here. And spec they have given the container name. Of course we are using the containers because without container how I can publish my application into my registry, right? So image, this is the image they have written. I need to follow the same. And ports, of course in the HTTP we need to give the port because without port in the internet application will not work. Proto is nothing but a protocol where we can standard following some instructions here in order to routing the request and responses over the web. And CPU, this is the small CPU they have given, that is fine. And these two are hashtags just for understanding. Okay, so the inside the content of this particular app is this thing. This is the YAML file here. So is all written by application team and they have shared it with us. So our role is we are just using the commands by using kubectl tool. Then by the help of this YAML file, I would like to deploy my application here. For that, the command is kubectl space apply space -f space my YAML file name here. In this thing, I have this hello web deployment. The command is kubectl space apply space -f. That's it. The rest of the thing only the your YAML name file only means your application YAML file name only. So just hit the enter button. Just wait for a moment. Yeah, if you see here, deployment.apps hello web is created here. Okay, so this is the standard steps, guys, we have to follow. This is the standard steps, step by steps we have to follow here. And once I created of my hello web, then I would like to play with my rest of the YAML files as well. So the second file is what we are about to do, that hello web service static IP address. This is the static IP. Where is that? This one. Because I told you, right, when we are creating GK cluster, VPC network will automatically create it. But here today, we are going to use by command wise. So here also, we have to play our networking, all kind of a configuration by using YAML file here, which is given by my networking team basically. Okay, so for that purpose, we have to set my hello web service static IP here. Let's go inside that, we can check what content is available. Just go the same thing. Let's go back to there. This is my hello web service static IP YAML file. So if you see here, they have given same kind of a pattern except to type. If anybody remember, yesterday I have selected load balancer from the console level. Anybody remember, guys? When I am hosting my last application, I think so this part. Let me recap you, because you have to understand, what we are doing. When I am doing last exposing part of load balancing, so from the Kubernetes workloads, I exposed my load balancing by this parameter only, right? Here we are just passing the YAML file. See, functionality is same. The way of using the method is different. Yesterday, the user interface I used it here, but today I'm using go through the kubectl command because both are the most important basically. So you have to understand it here. If you see here, target port 8080, this rest of everything is common except type is load balancer. So from the console, I selected load balancer. I have given 8080. Then I exposed my load balancer. Then my application is published. If you remember. Otherwise, please go through my previous video recording. You might see this option if you are not able to recall. But there is one thing I would like to update: load balancer IP. They are mentioned as a your IP address here. So for this, I would like to change it in order to deploy my this particular service here. So let's go for that. I would like to one command here, which is the set command. Set is nothing but a, if you want to set this command, I have means network engineering team will give it to you, because this is the purely IP changing command basically. So this is the set space minus I space. What I about to change? I need to change my IP address, means dynamically it will take it. When I'm provisioning my this YAML file in the next step, then IP address will take dynamically. So your dot IP dot whatever they have given, the same I would like to replace here. Address dot whatever they have written in the YAML file, same I am modifying by using of D parameter. So D means dynamically. Okay. So next, from where, which file? I need to give dot hyphen hello web. Hello spelling correctly, right? Yeah. Hello web hyphen my YAML file, which is service hyphen static hyphen IP hyphen YAML file. Set space minus I is the syntax of in order to assign the dynamic IP address here, because the cluster creation without IP address, my load balancer will not work. If my load balancer is not work, my application will not work. Simply I am here. So once it's my syntax is ready, just try to hit my enter. Yeah, once it is set, it's almost set, then I can apply my kubectl command in order to execution of my external IP address in terms of provisioning here. So first it is done, then I would like to apply again same command kubectl apply minus f my YAML file, which is static IP YAML file. Hello web hyphen service hyphen, oh sorry, hello web hyphen service hyphen static IP YAML file. Same command, if you see here, when we're creating the application YAML file, we are using the same command, kubectl space I apply space minus f. Only here, the YAML file is different because I would like to provisioning my external IP address here. Just try to hit enter. If you see here, again, my service hello web is created, means the external IP address is provisioning to my particular hello web IP here. And once I applied this command, so by using the kubectl, then I would like to see my service and external IP address here. So yesterday, this command is same. Yesterday also we are using this kubectl get services. So if you trigger here, still if you see here, the external IP address is pending, means this will take minimum 2 to 3 minutes. Whatever I use this command set minus I, it is still provisioning is in progress. That is why my hello world load balancer and external IP is still pending. This is my internal IP, that's the private only, but private IP will not work over the web, right? So I need to wait it for still external IP is about to provisioning. So just keep on run this command. Let's see. Yeah, it's clear. If you see here, the external IP address is automatically assigned dynamically because we are using our IP address dynamically as it here. But in the live projects, maybe I'm not sure, maybe some application specifically using the particular IP address, means static IP address we can say. So this static IP address, network engineering can give it to you. Simply you can replace the direct IP address here. Static means direct IP address I can use instead of dynamic. You people might be you get it from engineering network team. Then just use your IP address, whatever they have given, replacing by this parameter here. But those IP addresses are purchasing the license from purchasing, right? So they have reserved IP addresses from the from the vendors basically. So it might be Cisco, it might be different vendors we have in the networking side, right? So they might purchasing from them. But here we can't able to purchase it, right? Since the trial version, so we cannot purchase it. It's a cost, but it's a cost kind of a thing basically. So that is why we have taken as a dynamic, IP addresses, which is the reserved IP address, which is available to my free subscription. From there, it's been taken here. Okay. Since my application is related to HTTP, that is why automatically default port has taken 443. In your live projects, if your application team or network team is using dedicated port, yes, we can use that dedicated port as well. But once you deploy the application, that will take care of the engineering team basically, because ports is completely handling by network engineering team. So you don't need to bother about that. So the deployment process, whatever I have done so far till now, that is the only your responsibility. Because I need to segregating the what is your role as a part of DevOps engineer, right? So that's why I'm just segregating who will take care of who, what kind of operations, what kind of things, what kind of a scope from the different criteria. Because when you're working in the live, many teams are there, not only DevOps team. When you're working DevOps as a cloud engineering role, you might be closely interacting with DevOps, sorry, a networking team, application team, or database team, storage teams. These kind of teams you are closely working with you, because this whole thing we are calling as a operation teams. Basically means operation teams is not only DevOps engineer, we have a storage admins, we have a network engineering teams, we have a dedicated firewall teams, we have application teams. Of course we are here already, like that. So let me run one more time. So my IP address is here. Once is assigned to you, then it won't change. If you run keep on 2 more times also, it won't change. See, the same IP address is keep on available here because it's reserved to your application. So let me clear my screen. So once it is done, then I need to perform a rolling update and a rolling back basically. First of all, by using of kubectl settings, I can update the version to uh, 2.0. Okay, before that, I would like to check my application first. So just go take your IP, oh, sorry. Just take your IP address and copy it, open. Yeah, if you see here, this is my application. Version is 1.0.0. This is my host name. Simple, small applications. Okay, nothing big application, but just application, right? It doesn't matter, big or small, whatever. This is my simple hello world program, sorry, application, and this is my version, and this is my host name. Nothing but a machine name, basically. So this version, if you come to your thing here, the first thing, this part now, till now, we have successfully completed. Nothing but we have created GK cluster, we have created service as well, nothing but the application. Then I have successfully deployed version 1.0 application here. Next, what is my next challenging? Not challenging. So I got a requirement from my stakeholders or my customer or my client. Then application team has made one more image, which is calling as a version 2.0. So let's go and roll back the updates here. So I'm putting the same here because I need to show you one more time how we can deploy 2.0 version in runtime. So let me clear my screen. Here I about to do perform, as I told you, rolling update and a rollback as well. So here, first of all, I would like to use the kubectl settings and update the application to version 2.0. Then I would like to make the record as in terms of change here. Okay, please note, I would like to use kubectl command in order to set the image for updating the application to version 2.0 from 1.0 to 2.0, where application team has made with some enhancements, and I would like to make the record of the change, because the record is most important. Because when you are keep on updating the rollings, like in terms of versions, record the change of also most important. So for that, I would like to use one more kubectl command, that is kubectl set image deployment / my application name. Most probably, I believe hello web only. Yeah, hello web only, most probably. Let's see. Then I would like to set my containers, because in the YAML file, we have set the containers, right? So let call that container here. That is hello -app is equal to, I need to give my GCR command, like we are using in the past examples as well. So Google Container Registry, GCO means IO means input and output / and where my 2.0 is there. I am not sure. Sorry, I forget where my 2.0 version is there. I need to check that. Let me copy this command. Otherwise, I need to retype it one more time and paste it here. I want to check my second image where it is. ELL. I need to go one step back. I need to check from the Kubernetes engine samples. I need to check that. Where it is my 2.0 version. From here, better I can search it here. Where is my 2.0? Oh, sorry. Google samples 2.0. This is manifesto file. This is my hello app. Let me go back to this app file. Let me check this Docker file. From app line, this thing hello app, and 1.8, 1.8 from 0. Manifesto file. This is different. Oh, okay. Okay, they have maintained it here as well. Okay, 2.0, they have written in the same kind of YAML file only. Let's go see, let's see whether it will work out or not. So I would like to go same hello app, sorry. Where is my current working directory? Okay, this is my current working directory. I am switching to same, my hello app. Then from here, I am going to manifest. Then from here, I would like to run the similar command with, so hello app, they have given the path like Google samples. After that, they have written app 2.0 here. 2.0, the second image of my particular application. Then I would like to record as well. So this is the command, but I'm not sure whether it will take it or not because they have written same YAML file. It's, of course, it's written by application team. Let's see whether this command will work it or not. I'm trying to execute. Okay, it's updated. Great. Whatever they have written, it's updated. Great, really. Means they have maintained in the single application with the 2 version. That is a really beauty actually, even though I don't know how they have written, but doesn't matter. We are just using the command only, right? So it doesn't matter how they are maintaining. So once my hello web image is updated here, it's not created, it's updated. Updated means it just switched to 1.0 to 2.0 basically. Okay. So just let's see, go to whether it's updated or not. Just I'm doing refresh. If you see here, 2.0 version is automatically, deployed here at the runtime. I'm not at all switch down any kind of a cluster here. Runtime, simply by using of one command, by using of images, we have simply switched to 2.0 here. From 1.0 earlier, now it is at 2.0 here. So let me check my update rolling status. Let me check what is the, because I use the record command, right? So let me check the status about my rolling updates here. So for that, I would like to use kubectl command, kubectl rollout status of my deployment of my application, deployment public, my hello web. Let's see the record. So deployments hello web successfully rolled out. Okay, so whatever I have done, just on 2.0, kubectl space, rollout space, status space, deployment hello web. So it's rolled out now. So again, I have to switch back to my previous version as per my practical here. So for that, simply let's see that rollout is happened or not. Yeah, rollout is happened. I mean, just we still need to undo to 1.0. Okay, just rolling upload is just now happened. Now I would like to run my rollback command here. So kubectl rollout undo space deployment of my hello web, means I'm switching to 1.0 here. So as per the log rolled back here, then let's see whether it is working or not. Yeah, if you see here, it came to 1.0. Simply 1 or 2 seconds it is taking, that's it. Means as per this diagram, if you see here, oh sorry, this is the old one. If you see here, first we have successfully deployed 1.0, then 2.0, then rollout command I use it because I need to come back to 1.0. Then again, I can use the undo command by using of kubectl in terms of rolling back basically, rollout basically. Then again, we are switched to 1.0. That is my scenario, right? You have might be more than 3 or 4 versions also. You might be have 10 versions also. You might be have 20 versions also. So anytime you can do rollout and rolling updates in runtime. You don't need to shut down any kind of a server. 1 second, guys. Yeah, so you have, as of now, I have taken only 2 versions. If you have 10 versions in your live projects, you can switch anytime. Of course, we have a process as well. I told you right how we can do deployment process in the last, I think so 1 week or 10 days back. I explained whole process, chain management process. I am about to explain you everything, how deployment will happen, how you can raise a ticket in the service now, an example, and explain everything. Simply, you cannot go and use this command. Okay, you have to use proper process first. See, technical implementation just hardly take 5 minutes, but the process will take around 1 day or 1 hour, because we have to raise the ticket, we have to change the process, we have to write everything, we have to get the approval from the management team, we have to get approval from chain management team. Once business approval is done, then only we have to execute this command. Okay, here we are simply switching just within 1 minute or 1 second, but in the live, first we have to follow process first. Once you follow process, then approved, then only you have to execute this kind of a switching or rolling, whatever. Okay, that is the way you can switch any kind of upstream rollouts in terms of we are calling it GK rollouts, basically rolling and rollouts basically. So accordingly, because this is a regular will happen because application team keep on changing the versions. Is 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. So we have a number of versions which is made by application team. So they will keep on asking you to deploy this version, please switch back to that version, switch back to this version, blah 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 blah. So these are the common in the regular business, because application will keep on changes, right? So based on the enhancement kind of things, we have to set a plan, follow the process, get the approval, implement the technical implementation. These are the high level standards. So that's it about my this particular scenario. So any doubts so far? Then I can move to one more scenario, very interesting scenario. Any questions so far here?
Sheikh, one question is there.
Yes, please.
Suppose I have to current version is 5 versions are there. Suppose
Yeah.
I am present I am now in 5th version.
Okay.
Then I had to roll back to the roll back out there. So then we had to go to the previous version, or there may be first version.
1 second, let me explain your what I understand is you have a currently 4 versions, sorry 5 versions, right?
Just roll out.
Okay, you have a no coming to from scratch. Okay, your application already deployed till 5.0 version, right? Am I
Okay,
correct?
okay. Yeah.
What next? What is your question here? What is your requirement?
Roll back, roll out.
Rollout for what?
Previous version.
Previous version. Okay,
Yeah.
you want to roll out 4.0?
No, I won't go to the. I'm not. My question is. So నేను ఏమంటా present I'm 5 version లో ఉంటే then I have to switch to 4 roll out వెళ్ళాలంటే నాకు కరెంట్ వర్షన్ ప్రీవియస్ వర్షన్ 2.0 కి వెళ్తుందా 1.0 కి వెళ్తుందా
ఓకే got it. సో మీరు 5.0 నుంచి ఏ వర్షన్ కి కావాలో ఆ వర్షన్ కి రోల్ అవుట్ కమాండ్ యూజ్ చేయండి. ఇందాక నేను ఏది యూజ్ చేశాను 2.0 పెట్టాను. సీ హియర్ ఇక్కడ మీరు చూసారా 2.0కి వెళ్ళాను నేను, రైట్? మీరు ఇక్కడ ఈ కమాండ్ ఏది ఇమేజ్ సెట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మీరు ఏ వర్షన్కి అయితే వెళ్ళాలో ఆ వర్షన్ ఇమేజ్ని అప్డేట్ చేయండి ఫస్ట్. Because we cannot directly roll back without updating the image, because system ki teliyali kada. Because yeah, that is why you have to update your image of your particular application with version along with a record, because record is most important. Otherwise we cannot how to track the changes. So 2.0 you have to update the image, then only you have to use the rolling out commands. Okay,
Suppose if I'm going to the 2 version, okay, then you have then performance issues are there.
Yes,
How
yes.
about that?
Yeah, again we have to switch back to which is working fine. Means 1. What is the previous version which is working fine? 1.0, right?
Okay. They had to go to the
They have to go to the previous version, take some time, fix the all issues, why it is performing issue in 2.0. Then again you have to switch back to 2.0. It could be take 1 week time or 10 days time. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good question. Actually, yeah, that kind of things will happen in the real time as well. So yeah, that's it. Let's come to one more beautiful scenario. These are live scenarios, guys. Okay. So come to another scenario. So in this scenario, I would like to, today I will explain the scenario. Tomorrow we can do have implementation. This is also some kind of a complex implementation. So in this scenario, my customer requirement is, I have a one cluster, you know very well. I have a GKE cluster. Okay. So this is my GKE cluster. In the same GKE cluster, the customer wants to deploy a couple of applications. Till now, we have deployed only one application, right? But in this scenario, I told you, right, in the GKE cluster, we can deploy a number of applications. In the my theoretical class of GKE, I told many times, because we a number of application can sit under the pods in the single infrastructure under the GKE cluster. This is a standard line and one of the beauty of the features of GKE here. So in the same GKE cluster, my customer wants to deploy a couple of applications. One is the Hello app, second is the Variant. It's another app only, but in the same IPI address here. In the same, whatever I'm using the IP address, in the same IP address, my customer wants to deploy a couple of applications, and the both couple of application has to be work fine. So how we would like to handle this kind of situation means, because this is a multiple application, it's not a single application, right? So I cannot assign only same application to couple of applications to same IP address here, right? So here the new functionality in the GKE means Enginex service here. Enginex service we are calling as. This is the most important service. Without this, there is no GKE. Okay, the architecture made by Google, without Nginx there is no, because if you don't have this Ingress controller and Nginx controller, we cannot implement a number of application into your particular GKE cluster basically here. So what happened in the sense, in the Nginx controller, take all application routing traffic and route it to load balancer, and it will segregate, or I can say isolated. I can say the best word, isolating, of Hello application app and Where Am I. So both app will acting as a isolated environment in the same GKE cluster. So logically, they are dividing into two isolated cluster, but physically it is the same cluster only. Of course, the backend, the beauty of this Nginx controller is will play very key role actually. So this Nginx controller, by not dividing, it's logically dividing into two separation kind of infrastructure for two particular applications. This application could be a number of it, could be next time you might have 4, 6, 10 also, right? So in the last class I can explain you in the theoretical class of me. So the infrastructure is same, like the infrastructure is same. On top of that, my application will sit. These are regular my example I have told many times. This is the units of application. This is the A, B, C, D. So currently we are taking A, because always since yesterday we have only one application. But by today we can do two applications. So we can start we can take two applications. We can do deployment by the using of YAML file. Similarly, application deployment is common, nothing much new. But how Nginx controller will install and how it will play a key role. So each and everything by using of this lab basically. So this lab is very interesting, bit interesting, well, comparatively with other labs. So how it will work? So let me try to start it today, because let me check that whether I can complete it or not. 1 second, guys. So it's take minimum time. 1 second. Otherwise, I do one thing. I will just try to complete Nginx controller installation today, then deployment do it by tomorrow. So do one thing, take some small 2 or 3 minutes break, because it's a continuous class, right? So just take 2 or 3 minutes break, then we can start some small Ingress controller installation. Then we can stop it. We can wrap up call today. It's almost take 11:15 or 11:20 or 11:15 max. So anybody have any your office timings? Just let me know. Otherwise, I can wrap up it here. Otherwise, I can at least take next 15 minutes extra time. Is it any problem or any challenges for you for next 15 minutes?
No, it's absolutely fine. You can continue.
Okay.
No shit.
Yeah, fine. Then take 2 minutes break. Okay, just 2 minutes break. Yeah, I'm back now. So let's go to our new cluster, because I can complete this, because this example is completed. So let me go to new cluster basically, because I would like to segregate for each cluster for each example for avoid the confusion. So let's create the new one here. So let me take, this is my, what I can say, dual apps, I can say, dual apps cluster. Okay, dual apps, rest of things I will take it as formal, and default notes I can take 2 only, because I'm using 2 applications only. Unnecessarily, I don't want to take one more extra note, because it will take some extra time. And yeah, that is fair enough. And I would like to change my notes like E2 series. Yeah, this is also fair enough, because 2 applications I am about to deploy, so I need some good decent of memory as well. 4 GB also fine. 2 CPU, that is also fine. Yeah, I think so, it's fine. So let me create the cluster here. What is that? Insufficient regional quota to satisfy resource in use address request 2.0 and short 1.0. Part has quota 4.0. Okay, this is the challenges. Let me take another reason. Maybe US Central B. Let's see. Yeah, it's taken. When you're doing the labs now, please make sure don't take roughly blindly, like each cluster for different reason. At least we have some decent of amount under the free activation. At least we can do at least 15 labs basically, but please make sure don't unnecessarily use for bad practices. Okay, when you're creating the cluster, please use for some decent amount of practical. Just create it and you don't use any practical, it's wasted of that cluster, right? So that's the, so this is the trial version. So we have some limitations.
Can
Because
we create a cluster by using Cloud Shell command?
yeah, cluster, no, cluster means that is very complexity. Do you want it? If you want, I can
No,
show
no,
you.
no, I don't want. I
Very,
just had a
very,
small doubt.
yeah, we
No,
can
no, I
play.
want things to be pretty simple enough.
Yeah. That is why I don't touch that part. Some people, what if they're expert in the Kubernetes, so they will play with
Okay.
the commands only. But normal people, like normal cloud engineers, they will
No, no,
usually touch
just
this.
I just asked this doubt because
Yeah.
we
We
are
can.
creating containers. We are mostly we are doing we are creating all the basic requirements in the
Yeah,
Cloud Shell as well.
yeah.
So, but for this particular part, we just use the console only. So that is the reason I just asked.
Actually, we can create by commands, this cloud shell
Okay.
commands. Yeah,
Okay.
but much complex commands, very lengthy commands.
No, no problem. Okay.
If you want, I can show you one practical if
Not
anybody
at all.
interested.
No, please.
That kind of thing only used by experts in the Kubernetes space. So we are cloud engineers, right? Kubernetes is just one of the part of in our daily jobs. So
Oh.
and that is a one-time setup. Once cluster is created,
Yes,
we
correct.
keep for our application for long time, right? So
Okay. Well, but when it comes to different kind of applications, then we'll be having different set of
yeah,
clusters,
absolutely.
correct?
But no,
Okay.
actually, what happened in the live, customer
Uh,
will not allow you to create multiple customers. The infrastructure cost, right? So they will
yes,
always
okay. We are
keep on pushing on the existing cluster only.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
uh,
we'll using a different infrastructure for
yeah,
different virtual
absolutely.
CPUs, what virtual machines,
Virtual
correct?
nets and IP, everything will come to the cost only. The basic cost
Correct.
of complex cost also is the cost is cost only, right?
Yes,
Already
correct.
GKE is flexible to multiple n number of applications, so I can use the existing environment, right? So which is
Yeah.
shareable environment, right? So
Yes.
but if your application is very critical, let's say if you have financial application, if you have, let's say, insurance application, they will use separate cluster because they want to mesh up with the other applications. So
Yes.
it depends on architectural decisions by architects. Unless if it is a complex normal applications like Java, .NET, and so this kind of a regular application, they will give it to you in the shared kind of a platform. Meanwhile, I need to check the Ingress controller command, that command bit complex command. Let me check that. Somewhere I kept it, I believe. I think so. I already prepared the documentation as well. This thing. Bit big command actually. Even though I can't remember this because we have a time, right? Because Ingress controller is kind of just tool wise. If you want to manage this kind of a architecture, like couple of applications or n number of applications, this Ingress kind of a Nginx we have to install basically. So for that kubectl apply very well, but you have to take that YAML file from the internet only. But in the live example, company have dedicated private URL. They will give it to you. Don't bother. This link they will give it to them. This link they will give it to by the especially from the Ingress team. We have a separate, they're calling as a what I say centralized engineering team, so they will give it to you. We are calling as a cloud companion team. Some people calling as a central cloud engineering team. Different names. That means one common team, guys. So any organization, we have a dedicated experts, means cloud level they have a dedicated experts. We are calling as a centralized cloud companion team. So they will give it to us because Ingress control is not our responsibility, but we have to take it as an installer, then we have to install it by using of kubectl command. So yeah, it's done, right? Yeah, it's done. So just go to your cluster, whatever I have here just now, similar pattern, just go your and just going fast, okay? Because the same I'm repeating here. Just click on run your cloud shell here and just log in into my terminal, the repeating process which we have done so far till now. So just try to hit it. So once it is done, Here from Cloud Shell, I would like to using kubectl install the Nginx Ingress controller. Some people confuse Nginx, some people call like Nginx, some people call, or Nginx also you would like to call. It's up to your comfortable. Okay. Yeah, some people shortly will call Nginx, which is not related to the exact Nginx, even though what is the Nginx extension name also, I don't know. This really weird name actually, but this is very useful, especially in the context of when we are using multiple application in a single, environment. So I would like to install the Nginx Ingress controller components by using of, whatever the provider. Here the link, whatever I'm using, that is the provider, guys. Means Nginx is a third-party tool. They are providing some kind of, links we have to install using by those links using the kubectl command here. So once I would like to use this command, let's see. So cube space apply space minus f is common, rest of the link, as I said, I'm taking as the internet, but in the live, you might be get it from engineering team. Just use that, just try to hit it there, then wait for some time. Most probably it will try to install the Nginx controller. So from that link, it is installing, it is take all necessary files and it is trying to install. It will take around 60 to 90 seconds only. Okay, just bear with me. I think so it's done. Okay, let me clear my screen. So I would like to confirm whether the controller, I mean Nginx controller is installed and running, like, viewing its deployment. Okay, so for that, I would like to use kubectl space get space services space, sorry, not services, it's deployments space minus n. What I install? Ingress hyphen Nginx. Kubectl space get space deployment space minus n. N means name, guys, of my Ingress controller name. Just try to hit that. I think so it's done. Okay, Ingress Nginx controller ready, one by one, up to date, available. Okay, it took around 58 seconds in order to taking the deployment. So this is a small command, kubectl space get space. Till here, till deployments, but minus n means name of my particular deployment, whatever I have done just now. Initially, what we are taking, we are giving the application name. Yesterday, I have given the after minus n, I have given the my application name, like yesterday, what is the application? I think some application name was there, right? I forget. Then give your application name here. Just try to git enter. Then my application name shows how many parts are there. Like that, we have done the lab, right, by using of kubectl commands. Here, I'm just giving the new deployment of my particular tool here. Once it is done, so I would like to get the external IP of Nginx here, right? So just take it, kubectl space get space. This is very well, services minus n. Services command, because yesterday also we used that same ingress hyphen Nginx. Yeah, if you see here, my ingress Nginx controller IP address is available here. Let's take copy of this and just try to use it here. So once, oh, I took private IP address. Ah, shit. I forgot to give you. Please check this IP address. I forgot to share with you whether it is working in the internet or not. This is our previous lab. Okay, don't be confused. Let me use my public IP address. Yeah, if you see here, my Nginx install is successfully done. Still, I am getting 404 error, right? This error indicating means everything working fine, but still Nginx is up and running, but there is no, it's kind of in the back end, what happening, there is no ingress objects basically. Means Nginx control successfully installed properly without error, but still I am getting 404 not found Nginx, if you see here. This 404 indicating means Nginx means my tool is work up and running fine, working everything, but still there are no objects. So no backend is found. This is the external load balancer. For Nginx, we need some kind of objects basically. So for that, we need to first deploy the application on Ingress. So for that, I would like to for that purpose, because Nginx is there, there is no applications are attaching to my particular Ingress particular controller basically. So from here, we need to start our deployments. We would like to deploy my first hello app, then I would like to create my second hello app, then how we can attach the Ingress, then how we can start the implementation. So once both apps are deployed into Nginx controller, then let's see the output by tomorrow. Okay, so this is the way how we can install the Nginx first point. So tomorrow, if there is no objects here, objects means in the context of Nginx controller applications. So if you install the Nginx controller, you should have append your application into Nginx. Till that, you will get 404 error basically, because there's no objects. Application is there, sorry, install is fine, everything is fine. I have checked it as well, right? So, but it's not working because there is backend, there is no application is being appended here. So by tomorrow, we can append two applications, append in the sense deploying the, not adding, deploying our application. Like the first scenario is, the first I can deploy hello app, second I deploy where am I, then I can inject into Nginx, then let's see the results. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Of course, taking some extra time, but no problem, it's worthy itself. So by tomorrow, we can start it by rest of the implementation part, because those two will take around 40 minutes again. So I don't want to kill your time. It will take very lengthy labs. So I don't want to take lengthy labs because it's boring. So no problem. We'll take it by tomorrow. Then have a nice day. If you have any questions, guys, I will be here for 2 minutes. If you have any questions, please ask me. Otherwise, I can wrap up the call for today.
Sir, the cloud shell use చేయడానికి షార్ట్కట్ ఒకటి ఉంది G and S or యూజ్ చేయొచ్చా?
Sorry, అండి ఏదండి షార్ట్కట్
GS.
I mean, you're asking this thing you are and yeah, shortcuts you have many things you can find. You get console level comfort గా ఉంటుంది యూజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాను జనరల్. Yeah, you can use any. We have a lot of things shortcuts where we can different ways also. I'm going to more comfortable to adopt the technology, because in the initial stage, right? So when you're expert in the on every level, you can play with your fingers anything, right? So yeah, this is working, guys. Check your Sarah, IP address.
Yes, working.
Okay, fine.
Working, sir.
Okay, fine, great. So okay, that's fine. Okay, have a nice day, and I'm wrapping up this call today. Thanks.